So, join me in this artistic voyage as we celebrate the brilliance of Anton Gericke. From the early sketches in hotel lobbies to the vibrant canvases that grace galleries today, we are about to witness the magic of an artist whose creations echo the beauty of God's creation.
Sorry.
Hello, my dear art enthusiasts. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm thrilled to bring you a captivating journey into the world of art, culture, and inspiration. I recently had the incredible opportunity to sit down with a true visionary, a South African artist, Anton Gericke, whose work not only reflects the vibrant color of his homeland, but also tells us profound story of life, passion, and creativity.
The Dutch say you must first drink coffee before we talk.
Okay,
So
let's do it.
Coffee.
Okay, in this special episode, we will dive deep into the artistic realm of Anton Gericke, exploring his masterpieces, understanding the stories behind the strokes, and gaining insight into the man behind the canvases. From our enlightening conversation over a cup of coffee, where we delved into his personal journey and artistic philosophy, to the privilege of witnessing his breathtaking paintings firsthand. Every moment was a testament to the power of art to transcend boundaries and connect us
So
all.
we lived all over the country. Okay. From here to Cape Town, all over. Went to about 10 schools and it was a wonderful life actually. And that's where I started painting when I was 6 years old. I saw the waiters serving us and I thought, let's make sketches on it. Fix this in my mind, let me make a sketch. I forgot about it, but people reminded me and showed me pictures they have of that, of those days. And that's many years ago. It was really okay.
Without further ado, let's step into the world of Anton Gericke. Welcome. Anton, please tell us about your artistic journey and what inspired you to become an artist.
Okay. Yeah, I think when I was very small, my father was in the hotel trade and he served the Queen in 47, and then he became quite a popular figure in our hotel, and he ran hotels in the country, and we started living in hotels when I was 6 years old. And I remember the waiters serving us. To me it was quite strange and fascinating, and I started drawing them. And what was best of all is my parents could recognize these waiters, and I think about 2 years later, one of his assistants decided he's going to buy me oil paints. I must paint because my sketches are so good, and I thought it was normal, anybody would do. But then I started painting, and I did that all my life. Even at school, I would make paintings, and family would get them from us and frame them and see them in their houses. And in high school, I one day grabbed the gardener, and I said to him, "Come let me quickly." He had a pipe in his jacket, and I decided the grey hair, the lines on his face. Let's do a painting. And I got him to come in to my room and sit down. How long is it going to take? I said, 15 minutes. Give me 15. I'll take about 15 minutes. So I did it very roughly. He was very scared. He's on duty and he's got to work. But I got him in for about 15 minutes. And the waiters in the hotel recognized his painting because my mother had it framed, kept it in her lounge. And So they all commissioned me to paint them. And that was good money as a student, you know. I helped my father in the bottle stores and the off sales in the bars and all that. But the painting was exceptionally good. And yeah, and then even when I was a student at varsity, I earned a lot more for paintings. Say in 5 days down there, I did about 25 paintings with a palette knife. And I got more, I got about an average of about 300 rand a month then, it's those days, in comparison with the 1 month that I ran a guy's pharmacy. I wasn't qualified yet, but he paid me 150 rand for the whole month, if you compare that now.
Wow.
So it was a hobby that I had, and I was commissioned quite often during my years in pharmacy. I was in pharmacy for 40 years, and it was 40 hours, it was 12 hours a day on your feet, running. It was the competition, and it was the retail and the pharmacy itself. We had a coffee shop in the pharmacy, we had a photo lab, we had clinics in the coffee shop, in the pharmacy, and we had an art gallery above the pharmacy. We had another pharmacy about 2 blocks away from there. We had a postal pharmacy, so it was hard work. And then gradually I had so many sales out of the art gallery and out of the coffee shop that eventually, when things changed, the government decided to change legislation, and then we were not allowed to get discounts from wholesalers or pharmaceutical companies. It was killing. Thousands of pharmacies closed their shops, and I was fortunate to sell it to a chain group, and I just continued painting full time down here in this little bottom part of the house, and gradually picked up, did more and more and more, and but it's all my life that I've been painting.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a hobby all of my life. Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing that I struggled with when I saw Matty painting, and I'm sure yourself as well, is, and there's a artistic side to it, where you're creative.
Yeah.
But then there's a commercial side to it. So
Yeah.
often people would say, well, I just want this, you know. So you paint to get paid.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily something that you would
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you have to stay alive, and generally artists have to paint to sell.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well,
How do you bridge that?
I think that to me it was quite exciting that people would pay a lot of money for your painting. So it was exciting, and then it was motivating for me. They want more flowers or whatever, and I do more. At one stage there were 2 guys in Johannesburg. They bought from me every month every flower that they promised me they'll buy everyone, and they paid it front cash. And so for 2 years I had to, after work, do flowers. 1 at night, 1 or 2. And it was great in the beginning, and then I got tired of it. And fortunately, after 2 years, they broke up their relationship, their business, and they stopped. And I thought, oh, thanks the heavens. And then yet, when I started full-time painting, you can't just do landscapes or street scenes or celebrations. You want to do something else, so you do a flower occasionally. And these flowers, they go. First thing they sell, the flowers. And why? It was 2 years of experience of doing a painting every day, just about every day. So, but the challenge is just you don't want to do the same thing. You want to change it. You want to better it. You want to do something different every time. So it's exciting, and it's very, well.
How do you get to the landscape?
The landscape was, I would say, I had a terrible day once. I loved every day in the pharmacy of my life. 40 years in the pharmacy, it was wonderful. But we had one hectic day, one terrible day. It must have been 100 reps must have come in, and I think we had problems with the unions, and we had so many staff and problems. And I got home and I thought, we closed the doors at 5. I worked another hour and a half before work and an hour and a half after. And I got home and I said, we can have dinner. And I said, oh, please, I can't sit down. Let me just You just get to my easel, which wasn't far from the kitchen, and then just do something quickly. I had a big canvas on the easel, and I took charcoal and made a sketch and just coloured it in 2 or 3 colours, blue, red and white, and mixed it with the white. And within about 3, 4, 5 minutes, I was a different person immediately. And I realised, wow, this creativity in here, the doing something, of giving expression to God's creation. That is actually what it is. You see the beauty on the road, you going down to the Cape, and you see the beauty, and you, even in the Free State, and you just put it down, you give expression to this, what you saw. And that does something. It's better than medicines. You snap out of a depression or anxiety, anything, immediately, within minutes.
Great.
So that I can really recommend to artists or any artist or anybody. It's a matter of doing something. People come here to paint. We get Americans here for the last 15 years, about 2 lots of 12s every year. And they say, when these friends of ours, 2 professors, when they see them in America, in Harrisonburg, they say, what was the most exciting highlight in South Africa when we visited you in South Africa?
Oh my God,
it
that
was
amazing.
the painting with Anton. The painting, not me, they're doing it themselves. So there's something in it, but you've got to get the guys to really make a sketch and colour it in. They just love it. And they don't forget it. They go home and they phone you, they remind you. They move out of Pretoria and then they phone me first. Do thank you.
But do you give classes actually?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I like, if you come visit me, I'll show you a couple of things to do, but you paint, I don't do it.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, they don't realise that they've got the talent. And you're actually giving them an opportunity to try.
Yes, sure. Anton, is it you? You bake it?
Yeah, I made it, yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I had to just mix it last night, and then this morning put it in the oven for about 40 minutes, yeah.
We're gonna have a beautiful...
Comes out lousy, we'll try it dinner. It's nice and warm.
Yeah. Okay, Anton, can you please tell us, do you have any memorable experience or challenges as an artist, as you faced it in your life? What was the difficulties?
What was memorable was maybe the evening that I found so much, just snapped out of almost a depression of anxiety by doing a big painting, and it was wonderful. That evening I made 3 paintings, and the next morning I was inspired to motivate my staff and to make the day, other people's day, And then I realized it was because of last night's painting. And then I decided I must do a painting every day, every night, every morning, or evening, or afternoon, whenever I get the chance. And that was great. And then the other challenges was people asked me to paint where they've got a praise and worship in a church, and you've got these other artists there. They're artists and doing in their way, making music, and you've got to come do a painting. And I thought they're crazy to ask me that, but my wife was worried, and I thought, well, she's doing the worrying, I'll do it. And it was quite fun, it was great. I did it in about 20 minutes, and it was a huge painting, but I was so inspired with the music around me, and which is also art, and I knew the songs, and I played it with them with a saxophone, so I knew the songs, and it was great to do a painting while listening to this, and the painting came out quite well. Eventually, we did it on about more than 40 occasions, and that was working with other artists, in the sense of the music and art, painting. Yeah, that was...
Okay, thank you. From your experience, can you share with with those who are looking to establish themselves as an artist, can you share with them any advice or anything what you think it will be helpful for them?
Yeah. I think there may be a few things I can mention there. Number one must have the material. You must have paint, you must have canvas, and you must have an easel, and it must be close at hand. It mustn't be in another far away distance from you. It's got to be here. You see a beautiful sunset. It's a creation that God made so, but you come and copy it quickly. You see it and you come into the room quickly and you do it, but you need the paint to be there, the canvas to be there. So have these things ready. Paint a lot. The more you do, the more your style will come out. Be very observant of what you see in life, shades, reflections, colors. Look at the colors, study it, look at it. I never taught my children, my two daughters, to paint, but they're good artists. I just tell them to be observant, see what colors you see. We go to the game reserve, I'll give them pencils and a crayon or what, and say, just see what you see and show me what you see. How do you see that tree? How do you see that cloud? And that's what I'd recommend. And do it. And do it. It's wonderful relaxation and doing something. And tomorrow you can look at it. You made the painting, now you can go look at it tomorrow morning and you see mistakes and you can change it if you like. And I think, be observant of what you see in life. Trees, the mountains, the colors, the far away, the further away mountains, the trees, they're green close to you and you see the contrast, very bright and very dark. But far away they're almost blue because of the little air particles between you and that object. There's a reason for it. Look at it. Try and figure it out. And that's how your style will come out eventually, by doing a lot of it. A lot. And it's a wonderful therapy. There's no medicine like that.
That's true.
I was in medicine really for 40 years, and I can tell you, there's nothing like it,
Okay, well, how does your routine look like? So every day you're painting, or not?
Yeah, I do something every morning,
Every morning?
Maybe in the afternoon, maybe at night. At times I can't go to sleep. When I do weddings, and I've got about 140 faces to do, then you go down, it's 11 o'clock, I decide, let me go look again. And let me compare my picture with the reality, what this lady looked like, and how did eyes do it. Compare the two. And you see the mistakes immediately and you work on that. And it's very rewarding, it's hard work doing weddings. You know, Melinda Bum, Miss South Africa a couple of years back, she always had this dream of, she wanted artists to do a wedding. And it was strange, she asked me, she came to see me, and I realized, I did her painting, it was from behind, so it was easy. I did it there, and I signed it there, and I gave it to her. I don't know whether I gave it to her there, but I had it framed and everything for her. So I finished it during just the ceremony. But I knew people was going to see it, and they're going to ask me more often. So a lady asked me to play saxophone at a party. What do I charge her in 3 hours from 6 to 9? No, listen, you don't understand. I can play for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then I've had it. And it's boring going longer. I'll tell you what I'll do. I need the practice. I'll paint your party. It was about 40 people. And then, what do I want to say about it? That was fun. And I said, this painting will be mine unless one of your friends want to buy it. But then they was giving me a couple of days. It's going to take me a couple of days to fix all these faces, get them to look like they really are. And halfway through the evening, she said to me, Anton, you don't sell this painting to any one of these ladies. It's mine.
Okay.
And somebody said to her, this painting was worth 70,000 rand. She phones me from the Cape. She said, no, Anton, I owe you a lot more. And I said, it was just great fun doing it. And we had your daughters and your husband served us. I remember you served us a lovely espresso that evening.
Okay.
And it was just great, yeah.
Your tools is palette knife, brushes, and paint is oil and acrylic, or just acrylic?
All my life it was oils,
Oil.
but because the acrylic dries so quickly,
Yeah.
it's quite fun. It's quite a challenge to be. You've got to work very quickly, and I find it a lot better. I often have to take to get the effect that I want. I'll go over it with oil. You can first do the acrylic and then oil,
Yes.
not the other way around.
Yeah,
the
that's true.
acrylic will come off.
Yeah.
But that's quite fun. But then again, once you put the oil on, you can't go back to acrylic. So you've got to stick to.
Yes.
So if you find an old painting,
Yeah,
you
actually.
must now really check out, was it oil or was it acrylic? Because you can't work with acrylic on that.
How do you think the art actually affect the society, and what impact it can give to individuals and
Yeah, I can tell you, my daughter Carla was I got them to paint with me from a very small age, and eventually she studied something, a 4-year course in interior design, and I said to her, what on earth are you going to do? What are you going to do now next year? And she said, I'm going to paint. And what about that? I'm going to do well. I can't wait. And it was so. And I remember getting her into one art gallery. I said to the lady, you've got beautiful paintings here, but you don't even have a kalabosha. So the next week she had paintings. And then an old friend of ours phoned me. And she said, Anton, I got up this morning and I really didn't want to get up, dress up, show up. My friends wanted me to come to the centre. And then when I walked into the centre and I saw that in this art gallery's window, I saw 2 beautiful paintings. Wow, Anton, it lifted my spirit so much. And then I saw, Carla, it's your daughter. I thought I must just phone you and tell you. I was so pleased, and I met the others at the cafe, and when I came late, I brought them to the art gallery to show them, and they were sold. Both were sold.
wow.
But it was nice to hear that, that it lifts their spirit. Then the other day I got a letter from a mail email from a lady in Switzerland, and she said, Anton, I just want to tell you, 15 years ago I bought this painting in South Africa, and every morning I walk past it and then I stop and it makes me smile. Wow, so it's great to hear that as well, for me. And I thought, I hope she's got a picture of it. And it was a very plain street scene. People under an umbrella or something, having coffee, enjoying. And it's amazing what it does. These, the celebrations that I do, that's what I saw in the hotels all my life. It was doing music, musicians, piano, saxophone, bass, double bass, drums, everything. Being served by waiters, by waitresses, dining and wining, dancing. It's all celebrations, and people in this world now we live in, it's something to brighten it up a day up, So I like doing it. One agent once said to me, Anton, who will ever buy that? And it became our bestseller. the musicians and the dancers and the people whining and dining. And so I think I proved him wrong.
What kind of role your wife play in your success, in your art success?
Yeah, we've been married 54 years now, and she's got a big role to play. She will crit my work, and it's positive. It's very good normally, and I often don't want to accept it, but go change it, and it's better. And then Yeah, she won't paint, but she's got an eye. She'll say, Anton, that's not your clouds.
Oh.
And that's all she'll say, and I go change it. That's nice. So it's interesting,
Okay.
With the weddings, like I did about 25 weddings, I can't remember, but we had photos of about 23, 4, 5 weddings that I did, and there's a lot of people, so often up to 140 people, and she'll jump in and start. I'll take about 200 photos, but she'll take 300. We had once a lady wanted me in the entrance. People see me painting the wedding, but the scene was from the front of the church, and so my wife went to the front and she photographed from there as people came in. She sent me the WhatsApps, and I would paint from there, from her.
Wow.
She's there, she's photographing and sending it to me, and so she's really a must for me. Yeah. And driving to Cape Town, she became a good photographer because she's got to take the photos.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you play for us on your
Saxophone.
Please.
I will. Let me think, what are we going to play? All right.
Anything, just
All right.
yeah.
Okay. I'll go set it up. The saxophone, you need a backing. And,
Okay.
But I'll just do it without. Natasha, should we give it a bash?
Okay, begin.
Let's try this one.
Wow! Thank you!
It's a long thing, it goes on for too long.
Wow! It's amazing.
And when you come from work, first thing I'll do, the first half an hour when I get home, first thing, I put it on the radio, I put it on a good CD, say Kenny G, and or Sam Levine or somebody, and I'll play with them. And to me that was just a stress buster to play, and that was good exercise to you every night, half an hour. And then I joined bands too, like gospel bands and things. For about 30 years I played, and it was fun also. It was great. Yeah.
Is there a link between creative and
Yeah.
music? Because music is also
Yeah.
a creative type.
Yeah, I think so. It's with music. Oh, with art, what you're doing with art is you're giving expression to the God's creation, and the music is the same thing. You look at David who plays guitar or whatever, harp or whatever to Paul, and Saul. You were Saul, right? No, not Saul. It was Saul. Yeah. Then. He was inspired, David was inspired, so evil spirits would just flee from him. The devil would flee from him, evil spirits. And so that makes you realize that your music, dedicated to the Creator, and it's different, yeah. But it's lovely, way of also relaxing is
Yeah.
to make music, and I want to put them away a bit. In the past, that's power failure, the load shedding now, yeah, but you can't really put them away. There's so much in it, just like painting. You take out the saxophone, put on nice music, play with them, take a couple of minutes and just enjoy. Does something to me too, yeah.
You know, somebody sees something today, they print it tomorrow, they sell 10, and then there's a new trend.
Yeah.
So the almost the authentic portion of creation. All authentic things are almost under pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
You take woodwork. I mean, this is
exactly.
This is real wood, but now
Yeah.
to buy this is when you can't find
Yeah.
them anymore because now it's all plywood and chipboard and it's stapled together and people use it, throw it away after a year. So it's actually not a question; it's more a complaint. That is, you know, the instant world is almost compressing the real authentic art, furniture, clothing.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you actually feel it, that the vibes of the instant world? Is it put pressure on you?
It's a lot of pressure, but spend a bit of time with this. It's medicine to you, and you're giving expression to something beautiful, and I just enjoy it, and it's good. And you see a thing different. You're a painter. You see it different than I do. I may express it my way of what I see, and you're going to express yours differently. But you're giving expression to something beautiful, and they're all different. But I like doing it originally. Look at the sun set, or look at the clouds or the scenery, and go do it the way you see it, and that makes it different. Yeah.
Anton Gericke has dedicated his life to creating art that not only captivates the eye but also resonates with the soul. His unique perspective, rooted in the rich cultural tapestry of South Africa, breathes life into each brush stroke, creating a visual symphony that speaks volumes.
And then we decided, what are we going to do? Shall I put a lot of security guys outside? And they need training. It's going to cost me a lot of money. So a lady said to me, hey, well, first thing I said a prayer. What must I do? And I heard clearly, love them. Come on, how can I love them? They're mugging my customers, chasing them away. And then I realized, well, that's the answer I got. Can't be though. But let's think, is it in the word? Yeah, the word says you've got to love them.
Yeah.
What does it say? This. What I tell you is this: love your enemy, bless them that curse you, be good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. So I started. A lady said to me, "Do you pray?" And I said, "No." She said, "Hey, you've got to do something. Yeah, there's a lot of crime in town." So the next morning I said to the staff, that evening I said to them, tomorrow we're going to open the shop half an hour later, 8 o'clock. Come 7:30 so we can sit down and have a coffee and we'll sing a couple of songs. I'll bring my guitar and keep it here. And we did start doing that. And things changed, eh? That was the end of the crime. We had crime reports every day, just about every day. Maybe skip a day or two at times. But it became rough and it immediately stopped completely. For the next 17 years, we didn't have crime. Yeah. I didn't want to move away then. Everybody moved out of town. All our business moved out of town to the east. And I just decided I had goodwill there for so many years, and why give it away? So for the next 17 years, we didn't have crime. After the COVID thing, I painted a lot, so I built up stock again, but I've still got to, because these scenes I've got to do quite often. I don't have enough of the smaller ones, and a little dark now, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a New York scene. This was also a celebration, just loved doing this. And then the celebrations, scene.
I remember that one.
Little horses.
I remember Donkey.
Yeah.
Oh. In this special episode, we delved into Anton Gericke's world, exploring the evolution of his art, understanding the stories behind the strokes, and gaining insight into the man who seamlessly marries visual and musical expressions. Anton Gericke, born in 1947, discovered his passion for art at a tender age. From the age of 6, he was already sketching and creating portraits of staff members in the hotels where he and his family resided. By the time he turns 8, Anton began his journey with oils, marking the inception of a lifelong artistic odyssey.
Design of this Elizabeth Hotel, it was there for many years, hundreds of years. And then they demolished this hotel eventually, five hotels. But it was a beautiful atmosphere on the beach, and it was big, huge lounges, and it was something that I really wanted to paint and just show my daughters where we lived, my high school days. And yeah, a lot of history in there. There was a horse house, I went there every weekend. My father said, you don't sleep late anymore, you can work here from now, every Saturday morning, every Friday afternoon. And it was a good experience. Come and have coffee with us one day. So Renal and I went. And we just sat down and I motivated me a little bit. About 10 days later, Renal says, look at this, Anton, look at Marty. He says, Anton visited me and now I'm an artist. And he got the name as the tractor painter of South Africa, the tractor painter, and he did the John Deere. And he became really, I think his first exhibition at Nampo, he sold about, on the one weekend, he sold about 20 paintings.
Oh my God, that's something.
Yeah.
Hello.
So nice to see you again. Yeah.
It's amazing Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we enjoyed it with you. Thank you. Yeah. Keep on, Natasha.
Come to me. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
And don't show too much. Cut the saxophone.
Yeah. No,
Look at it.
no, I'm not gonna cut saxophone, please.